It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body. Supplements that get you moving and keep you moving. That make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Wow, was that a great video or what? Welcome 3 around the world, Empowering Tuesday. And I just want to take a second and kind of introduce myself today, as we're now have a global business around the world. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But my goal tonight is to empower, build some belief. And I want everybody to understand this, that there's not one way to do this business. There's several ways. And what I'm going to do tonight is hopefully I empower somebody to want to go out and have more, to do more, to be more. And, I started this industry 24 years ago, 24 years and 6 months. And, I look back over the journey, and I look back that 24 years ago, and I came to my first meeting. I come to a meeting I didn't want to be at. I ended up doing something that I didn't want to do. And 24 and a half years, it's taken me around the world. It's given me an opportunity. I've had relationships that have lasted a lifetime. And maybe I'll tell a little bit about my story. I grew up in a little town of about 1,000 people. That's if you counted all the dogs and cats and everybody else in it. Never even heard of network marketing. I knew nothing about, business. And I got into real estate, and I got in a boxing accident. And somebody said, "Gilbert, boxing isn't an accident." And I said, "You got a point there." But I was sparring the Canadian middleweight champion of Canada. In the 3rd round, he hits me in the side of the head. And 3 days later, I end up in the university hospital. I can't walk. I can't talk. You know what happened? It took me 18 months before I could go back to work. And what I realized back then, after I was selling real estate, that if I wasn't working, if I wasn't able to go out every day and do the things that were required for me to get paid in the real estate business, I didn't get paid. And so when I got well enough to go back to work, I moved to a city, one of the top real estate cities in Western Canada. And, and I was all excited. I had a great year. And at the beginning of that year, I was invited to a meeting. And the person that invited me to the meeting, it was the lady that I was going to do real estate with. And I went to that meeting, and all I could do was think about, trying to get her out of there so she could come back and sell real estate with me, something I'd done for years. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Those 18 months, I had zero income. And what I learned is I got empowered by going to those meetings. And what do I mean by that? I sat at the back of the room and I listened to a guy say, if you want what I got, you got to learn what I learned, go do what I did, and you'll get what I got. And I had no idea what that meant, but he was written up in books. He did phenomenal in this industry. And I got thinking, what if? What if somebody like me comes from, humble beginnings, could go out and do what he did? And so one day I made a decision. And maybe today I want, to maybe instill some hope that you can go out and maybe work this as a part-time, or maybe you can develop into a full-time entrepreneur business in the network marketing. But what I want to do is I want to cover three things tonight, and I'm going to go over the three things and a little bit about the three things that I think could power up your business. Three things that could get your business moving quickly. We've opened up in 15 countries. We've got leadership opening up all over the world. Got to meet an amazing lady by the name of Kim Lee and Sampson and the leadership team here, and they're over doing a major tour around the world right now. And some of these meetings are hundreds of people, some of them are thousands of people, and that's the power that I didn't understand, the power of leverage, the power of getting started today. And if something ever happened tomorrow, you get paid whether you could go back to work or not. So what I've learned over the years and being in this industry for almost 25 years, number one, and I think it's anything, is number one, you need to have a goal. And there's a book called Think and Grow Rich, and there's a 6-step process to setting goals. And this is one of the three things that I'm going to cover tonight, that I believe that you could take your business to a next level, or you could start your business and get it going. So the first thing is, number one, you need to have a goal, and whatever it is. And in order to have a goal, what you need to know is where you are. And then the second thing is where you want to go. Now that doesn't mean that you know how to get there, but what you need to do is you need to, have a goal. You need to have some dreams. You need to, and what I've found is a guy by the name of Napoleon Hill put 25 years into writing a book. And I thought if somebody could spend 25 years writing a book, I could spend 25 years reading that book. And in that book, he talked about the 6-step process, the 6-step process to goal setting. And number one is you need to have a timeline. You need to put a date on it so you know where you are and where you're going. And if you put a date on that, not necessarily knowing how you're going to get there, that's your starting point and that's your finishing point. And then the third thing you need to do is you need to put it in writing. I truly believe if you write something on the calendar, you go out there and you put it in writing, it's amazing what starts to happen. It starts to develop before your eyes. And then the fourth step is you need to develop a plan. And I'm going to talk about being in this industry for 24 years and 5 or 6 months. I've had lots of plans. I've had lots of 30-day, 60-day, 90-day runs. I love what, I love, Daniel PQ, our CEO, the guy that I say runs the ship around here. There's many people that help make this happen. But I love one of the greatest quotes that Daniel uses many times when he's training, and he talks about work works. And that comes to, basically step number 5 or step number 4, you develop a plan. And then what I said, work works, there's a price to pay. And you might just want to come in here and take some of these amazing wellness products. I believe they're some of the greatest food grade supplements on planet Earth. And we've got the science and technology to back them up. And here's what's so great: as you start to build a team and you end up with your own story, you get on your own personal growth, there's nothing better than sharing your own story. So what do is we do two things. We try these amazing products, and then we, get others to try them. And by doing that process, we start to build a team. And that's the price that we pay. And really, I mean, I always say this, it's not work to me. I've been doing this for 24 years or over 24 years. And I say when your work becomes your play and your play becomes your work, it doesn't matter if you're working or playing. So, you just decide, are you going to pay the price now or are you going to pay the price later? And as you go and you build this and you get things started, what's so great about this, you get a business going, it's about freedom, it's about leverage. And then the sixth step that Napoleon Hill talks about is thinking about your goal every single day. And network marketing, the greatest thing that network marketing brings you is hope. I mean, I want to ask yourself, sitting there today, our company has went out and did like 65 million the first calendar year in this business. We went out and created the last month about 10 million in sales. We've got global expansion. Daniel PQ is on a plane today or tomorrow to open up an office in Indonesia. We got 3 international offices now. We're expanding globally. It's about being in the right place at the right time, and that's what I want to let everybody know is the opportunity to go out and to do something like that is absolutely phenomenal. So we're always putting what we call promotions on. We're always putting on things that can improve your business. And I didn't understand the Power Up. And this just came on Friday night, and it's going to run you guys until I believe 07 of July 2024. So it started on June 21st, the first day of summer, and it's going to end in 3 weeks. Now, this is exactly what it means, power up. How many people want to take their business to another level? And I'll tell you this, what I'm going to train now, or what I want to empower people to do, is empower your business to take action, to go ahead and put yourself in a position to do better. Put yourself in a position that you can spring forward from the Spring Forward promotion to the Power Up for summer. And then I'm going to talk about the third thing, convention. And here's what I'm going to tell you. It's a process. I've been in this business a long time. You might be your first day. You might be in your first week. You might be in your first year. But we've got these power packs. And what are these power packs? They allow you to buy some incredible amount of product at an amazing price, and you get what's called volume up. And you can buy up to 3 of each one of these packs. So, here's what I'll tell you, being in this industry for many years, your business is basically going to build the size or the speed of you, or the speed of the leader is going to determine the speed of your organization. And you can build this slow, you can build it on product. There's, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. I mean, we got social media today. We got you put in a product, you sell a product today, you're going to get paid tomorrow. Where in the world can you do something today and get paid tomorrow? 24 years ago, you know what I did? I worked for a month. They sent me a paper check. I think it took me 2 weeks to get it in the mail. I put it in the bank, and then I put that thing in the bank, and then it would take another couple weeks to clear. So it would be over 2 months from the thing that I did today before I would ever get paid. Technology has changed. We got social media. We've got, these amazing tours that the company's doing. And over the years, I've had the great privilege of seeing some of the greatest leadership teams develop in this industry. So I want to talk about what Power Up does. Power Up does 2 things. It gets you some product, and it gets you, some volume. So to understand, and I'm not going to get into a training on the volume. You can get that with your upline or call anybody in, but I want to encourage you to dig in. I want you to encourage to pick up the phone when you're done here, because I've got about 15 minutes and I want to cover a lot of information. But if you decide that you want to treat this like a business, you need to invest in yourself. Now, this is for business builders. This isn't for product users. You can order your product. You can buy it retail. You can buy it wholesale. You can buy it in volume pack to get discounts. But I'm going to talk, if you are a serious builder and you want to start to take a business opportunity and you want to treat it like a business and you want to work with a team and you want to build an organization that'll pay you a residual income for the rest of your life, I'm going to tell you, I did not understand this a year ago when I got into it, but I understand it today. How would you like to go from zero to hero in a very short period of time? Well, here's how it works. By buying a volume up, a power up package, you pay $400. It's going to give you 6,000 points. That's going to go in your bigger leg. We built 2 legs, you and 2, one on the left, one on the right. Now we're going to start to build an organization. Instantly, the minute that you buy that power up pack, 6,000 points comes into your organization. Think about that. Every 600 on one side and 300 in another gives you what's called a cycle. And you can cycle, you can get paid $35, but if you got what's called a happy 10, you get $45. So if you brought 6,000 points and you bought that, you got a bunch of product, here's what's going to do. It's going to put you in a position for 10 cycles. Is that good or good? Now think about that. So in order to cycle, all you'd have to do is bring 300 points in on your right leg and you get a cycle. So you could build up to 10 free cycles by only building a group of 10. And you know what's so great about that? You can buy 3 of those. So 10 times 3 is what? That's 30 cycles. You know what that could do? That could take you to 3-star pro, because you just need another 20 cycles. But I'll tell you, it doesn't stop there. I want to take you to the second package, the second power up package. This is $1,000. What do you get? You get 5 eternal. You get 2 free collagen. You get 2 free internal. And look what you get on the package. And here's what it does. It gives you 15,000 in power up. Now, look what it did for simply just going out and buying one. So for $1,000, you get 15,000 volume up. So to understand what that does, you divide that by 600, and every time you put 300 in what you call your common leg, you get that. What a wonderful way. And you know what's so incredible about that, you guys? You can buy 3 of those. You can buy 3 of the first package and 3 of the second. Now, the last one. What an incredible opportunity to go ahead and to come into this business, and you can join this business. Now, if you were going to go buy a brick and mortar business, and if you decide you want to treat this like a business, you understand this is going to go in your bigger leg, you buy a volume up pack, you're going to get all that amazing product. That's some great value for the product. And then what is the company going to do? They're going to give you 30,000 volume up. That's what? I'll tell you what that is. That's 50 cycles by putting 30 points in. And 50 cycles, what if you do that and you buy 3 of those? That's 150 cycles. You do that in a 3-week or in a 4-week period. What have you just done? You've just become a 3-star elite. What an incredible thing. And there's a reason why they're only putting this on for 3 weeks. Why? Because we're going to go into convention. And what do we do when we go into convention? I'll tell you what we do when we go into convention. I would say that the convention is what's changed my life. Anytime that I've went to a convention, there's always some of the greatest leaders in this industry up there inspiring. You get 3 solid days of empowerment. It starts August 15th, 16th, and 17th, 2024. So understand that we're gonna have a power up, and then we're gonna likely have a promotion, and then we're gonna go into Salt Lake City. I want to encourage you, for each and every single person, if you're not signed up for the convention, you guys, people do what you do. They don't do what you say. They don't do what you tell them. They do what you do. You want to be a leader. You want your business to grow. And I'm going to give you a couple examples why I've been so successful and so blessed in this industry. I went to a convention not long ago, and both the people I'm going to talk about are in this business. Both people are elites. I believe one of them's a 4 or a 5-star, the other one's a 6-star. Do you understand what that means in this business? But I went to a convention a few years ago, and my business was a little bit stuck, and I wasn't feeling that good. And I went to that convention, and here on stage, there was an amazing lady, and everybody that knows me or is associated with me will know this lady, and she's in this business, and she was 9 months pregnant, maybe 8 months. It was December, and she went on a 30-day run, and she got up and told her story, and she went diamond in that company. And I'm sitting in the crowd, and here I am, the most capable person. I'm healthy, and I'm sitting there wondering why my business isn't growing. And here's a lady that's telling her story, pouring out to the people, moving the crowd, talking about being 8 months pregnant and going on a 30-day run, and she went diamond. And I sat back and I said, oh my Lord. I said, I got so inspired. I got so fired up. And then right after that, a lady I've known for 24 years, you guys, and I seen them come into this industry and they couldn't afford to buy diapers for their kids. I've seen them go right to the top. They've never had a job in the last 25 years. They are some of the greatest leaders in this, and my personal sponsor. And what I want to tell you is they got up and they started talking about the stories about how they used to, the stories of where they were and where they'd come from. And where they were then compared to where they are now is like they couldn't turn around and see how far they've come. You see, that's the power of people. That's the power of building teams. And you guys, it's the power of 30-day runs. It's the power of 60-day runs. I want to inspire people to go out. We've got some of the greatest leadership in the world. We got a company that's going all over the world. I've just spent the better part of the last quarter, or the last 120 days in New York City. I'm from Alberta, Canada. And why am I doing it? Why did Kim Lee and the leadership team on one of the Empowering Tuesdays, she talked about why did she work 18 hours a day for the first year? Because we're pioneering. We're building a foundation that's going to set us up for generational wealth. How can you go into New York with 20 million people in the greater surrounding, build a foundation and let it go? It all goes by, in the beginning, going back to step number 5, there's a price to pay. And here's what you start local. You start with your upline. This power up is going to put you in a position to win. And it's almost like, how about doing 1/3 the work and getting 3 times the results? And when you understand this, you don't want to miss it. You want to immediately take action. What does it say in the book Think and Grow Rich that somebody spent 25 years? It says the greatest time to when an idea is planted in the minds of men, the greatest time to make that idea turn into a substance is take immediate action. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not next week, because the longer you let that idea or the longer you let that seed sit, it starts to die. Get on the phone after this and get with your upline and say, how do I sponsor up? Register for this convention coming up, and I will tell you, put yourself in a position to win. I love this business, and like I said, when your work becomes your play and your play becomes your work, it doesn't matter if you're working or playing. Talking about quotes, proper preparation prevents poor performance. You guys, this team is building up for convention. The greatest run that this company's going to see is right after convention. We're going to leave there. You got to be a part of something great if you want to build a business. If you just want to get healthy, get on these products. But I know that I'm working right now. I'm building a team that's going all over the world, but I started local. And here's what I want to encourage you to do. It's when two or more people come together in perfect harmony, a genius is born. And what does that mean? Then two people working together, anything can be done if you're willing to work. This lady Kim, I mean, she's the most documented lady in this industry. She's made probably more money than any lady in this industry ever, and she's leading the pack. And why is she working 18 hours a day? Because I'll tell you, when I'm looking online and seeing what her and Samson and this leadership team, they're on a tour all through Asia and all over our countries that we're developing. And where are they doing? 30, 40 leaders following them. You see, we call that a movement. We call that Rise Up Salt Lake City, Utah, 2024, 15th, 16th, and 17th. I'm going to be there. And I'll tell you what, we're coming with a team. And if you don't come with a team, when I left that one time and I got inspired, I had 40 people there. We left. I was so fired up, came back. I had the biggest single 28 days I had in that entire company. And how did it go? 29 people were promoted. Why? Because a few got excited and we went to work. We had a game plan and we did a 30-day run. And then what did we do? We had a massive meeting, just like what we're going to do here, where we're going into Utah. You guys, this business is going global around the world. The leadership teams that we've got, I believe, are second to none. So, I just, like I said, I want to make sure that each and every single person out there today, whether you're, learning this business for the first time, or you've been in it for as many years as I have, I've never seen an opportunity like I've seen here today. I love what network marketing does. The greatest commodity that network marketing does, that Bob Proctor said to me, he said, I love network marketing. It's the greatest moral compensation plan on planet Earth. And you want to know why? It pays the ones that do the work. You guys, let me repeat this. It pays the ones that are willing to do the work. You see, what you want to do is you get paid for what you get started. And then when it starts to duplicate, and instead of working in addition, you trading time for money, what you're doing is you're trading time, and then all of a sudden, then somebody else is trading time. And now you got two people, and two get four, and then four go get two, you got eight. And then we teach those to go get two. Now you got 16. You see the power of leverage? Now you got 32. Teach a system. And I'll tell you, there's many systems. But when you understand that if you get healthier, you get healthier and you get happier and become wealthier, your life is going to become much more fulfilled. And then I love what I was listening to Anthony Robbins as I get ready to bring this in for a landing. And, I believe I'm just getting started. I've been in this industry for a long time. But you see, by building teams of people, and when I build my foundation, what I get to do is I get to give it back. I get to help develop new leaders. And the new leaders are you people that are on here today, up and coming stars that we're going to pour our lives into over the next couple of years, so you can take over and we can sit back and coach and mentor. That's what life's about, being able to have life of fulfillment by helping others. And Zig Ziglar's final quote is, as I bring this in for a landing, and he says, you help enough people get what they want, you'll always get what you need. And the greatest thing about this industry is the only way you ever win is by helping people. So I hope I empowered somebody here today. With everybody around the world, understand that there's many events. We do, we've got many systems. We've got many organizations and groups. and leaders. And if I started naming a bunch of the leaders, I would miss a whole bunch. So I just want you to understand that we're on a mission, and we've got a game plan. And some of the most brilliant minds in the world have come together to create an amazing global company called Three. And the greatest beneficiary of those global leaders, legends in the industry, is you. The opportunity for you to go out in the next couple of years and set yourself free. You be the one. You be the one that goes out and clearly defines the goals. Power up to get your business going. Get to the convention, and a couple of years, you'll look back like my sponsor, Greg and Lori, and you'll look back and you'll be so far from where you come, you won't even be able to see or recognize where you come from. So with that, I want you to have an amazing day. And I want to wish each and every single person nothing but the very best as we're going into what we called those 4 stages. And we're coming into momentum, you guys. And if there's ever a time, the time is now. Have a great day, everybody.